53-year-old Shane McMahon is dead, guys. We're just finished watching steel cage match between Shane and Braun Strowman. Massive bump towards the end of the match. Strowman just throws Shane off the top of the cage. Massive drop. I mean, they say it's 15 feet. You've got to add an extra couple of feet for the height that Shane's gaining when he jumps off, and then
we'll call it 20 feet. Guys.
I mean, this is a guy that's in his mid-50s now, and he's fucking landing like that. I mean, it's mad. I used to think Jeff Hardy was crazy taking these bumps in his early 20s. I mean, you've got a guy that's 30 years older than him, and he doesn't look healthy. I mean, you even seen him at the start of the night. He looked gassed. And who knows how much drugs Shane's is on. He must be on a lot of drugs so to take this bump. You'd think McMahon would say, hold on, Shane, look, let some other fucking young guy do a bump like this.
This product's pish, mate.
You know what I mean? It's not worth killing yourself over, but nah, Vince McMahon going all out.
But then again, if it was some jobber, you wouldn't be talking about it. It's fucking Shane Mac.
But I mean, I just think at his age and the slippery conditions tonight, I mean, you've seen a lot of botches due to wet ropes, wet rings, wet ramps. You know, there must be about 15 spots tonight where people have either, botched or slipped or something due to the wet conditions. And I don't know, when you see Strowman and Shane just standing on top of the steel cage, it must be, if that's wet, that's going to be, it's going to be slippery for sure.
Suicidal.
So, massive
Saul Goodman.
Massive set of nuts there for Shane to take that manoeuvre. There's a Saul Goodman advert on, which is always worth watching and mentioning. So who knows? Maybe we'll do a review on that movie. But anyway, back to the match here. The match itself, I don't think was that good. Started out with Gunner and Elias, two fucking irrelevant people coming out to help Shane McMahon. They batter Strowman down with the chairs. Didn't make much of the match. Shane did a coast to coast. It looked pretty poor. But I mean, like I said, the guy is in his 50s now. And then Shane had the match won after hitting Strowman with a toolbox. Strowman fell into the middle of the ring. And as Shane was escaping, Strowman grabs Shane's arm through the steel cage links. And then he rips off the steel cage door, or the steel cage panel. Wall even, and drags Shane back into the ring, which I thought was a cool moment because I've never seen that done before. And that's one thing I will give credit. Like, I guess when wrestling's been around for so long, it is kind of harder now to do things that have never been done before. But that was a cool spot because I mean, I'd have bet my life on Shane winning, even though it was a lackluster match and Shane was just about to jump out. You could never have guessed this match was going to continue from this point. All Shane had to do was touch the ground. And then the next minute, Strowman grabs his arm through the links and then drags the chains after the wall of the cell into the ring and then pulls Shane in and batters him, kills him. So there you go.
Off the top. Good night.
50-year-old Shane McMahon is dead. WrestleMania now. Night one's pretty much over. Bailey's on the screen. But there you go, guys. Strowman beats Shane. And in the end, Shane looks pretty stupid because he had the match won and he fucking blew it. So there you go.
He bottled it.
Shane is a stupid one. I guess the message WWE are sending here is bullies never win.
Don't be a bully.
Be a star. I guess Strowman's a star.
It's a shame there's no fucking stars.
Yeah, well, I guess they have to. That's why Shane McMahon's a bully. But he can't be a star. Anyway, guys, that's it. Shane McMahon loses to Braun Strowman in the steel cage.